This story was performed in Washington, D.C. as part of Queer Cuentos, a partnership between Story District and the Latino GLBT History Project.
All right, I'm done on stage for now. Let's give it up for our first storyteller of the evening, a fierce advocate and a true leader in our community. Let's hear it up for David Michael Perez.
I was praying in a small chapel on the edge of campus at Biola University, the Bible Institute of Los Angeles. I was praying to God about a secret that I had that I couldn't tell anyone that I knew. I was reflecting on how I came to this campus. I thought about my high school career report of being a pastor, a missionary. I thought about my faith and how I'm driven for social justice and community change through my faith. And this secret that I was praying to God with was about that I'm gay. But here I am at Biola. I've signed a contract with the community, no drinking, no smoking, no premarital sex, no homosexual activity. This was a taboo subject. I couldn't talk to anyone I knew that I was gay or that I was attracted to men. I had no out gay friends. So after reflecting and praying in the chapel, I decided to just keep the secret between God and I. And I took the next 2 years to kind of distract myself. I went off campus. I traveled to Costa Rica for a semester abroad. Then I ended up in Washington, D.C. for a semester here. And after these 2 years, I ended up back in Washington, D.C. to pursue my graduate studies. And when I was in D.C., I found, of course, a new church home arriving to the district, which was a great church with social justice missions to promote immigration, environmental issues, but still an evangelical church that did not support the LGBT community. I went through that year meeting new friends in my graduate studies. One friend in particular who I really gravitated toward was Daniel. Daniel was tall, really witty, dry sense of humor, half Brazilian, half Polish. I got to practice and learn a little Portuguese phrase. And we would go to house parties. We would go to social events with the other folks. Daniel also was great at taking notes in front of the class. And so one night we were at a house party in DuPont Circle on 17th Street. And it was 90s theme. We were having fun. People were in costumes. I noticed he has a smear on his cheek of some face paint. And then I noticed he's standing next to another guy with smear of face paint on the opposite cheek. And then I see them kissing, and I realize my friend Daniel's gay. And I realized that is my first out gay friend. And so after this, we do a lot of activities as a group of 30 folks studying Latin American studies. And it was a small program at the school, so we had a lot of house parties, fun activities. And sometimes we would go to the club with Daniel, all the straight folks supporting our gay friend. So I got to learn about chaos on 17th Street, about JRs, about Cobalt, and kind of as an observer from the outside. So Daniel was really a great friend. And then I almost told him once in his kitchen. It was this narrow kitchen on 17th Street, this small apartment. I thought, should I tell him my secret? I haven't told anyone, but I was not ready. I was not ready. So time went on, about a year passed by, and it was a night. We had just all come back from studying in Chile for the summer. And we went to Cobalt, 2 straight friends, Daniel, Steve, myself, and and Daniel. So Diego, Steve, Daniel, and I were there. We were dancing. On the second floor of Cobalt, we went upstairs, and I recall passing the most beautiful bartender, shirtless, brown hair, and I thought, this man's beautiful. I'm super gay. I love being here. This is a fun place. So we're dancing the night away to the top 40 music. We're having fun, lots of cocktails, and I just say, I need to let this secret out. So I lean over and I tell Daniel, I'm gay. Now, this is on a dance floor, a lot of music. And then all of a sudden, he leans in to try to almost attempt to kiss me. And I'm like, welcome to the gay community. I'm not sure what's happening here. So there was a lot of commotion. And Diego and Steve's thought, I think we need to leave the club. This isn't the best spot for the conversation. So we went home, and Steve let me crash on his couch. We kind of talked the night away about what just happened. And I sent Daniel a text, let me, have tea with you later. So the next day, I actually had to fly to California to see my family for a week. So that week, I had a lot of time to reflect, what had I just said? How would this change my life, my faith, my worldview, my values? I just let this secret out. So I'm there Googling LGBT inclusive churches, because I decided when I went back to DC, I would not go back to a home or a faith place that wouldn't accept me. I said there's no turning back, that the secret's out. So I found St. Thomas's Episcopal Parish in DuPont Circle. They had a noon service on Wednesday. I'm like, I'm flying back in a week? Perfect, I'm gonna go check it out. So all week I'm thinking, and then I'm like, I'm gonna check out this church home. So I walk down Church Street, and it's by 18th Street. I find this beautiful old building built in the 1800s with this big red door. And I walk upstairs to the second level. Now, a Wednesday service, I find about 2 people there at noon, but it was beautiful and a small side altar. And this wasn't my normal church. I had a rock band in California and LA. It was very a fun, different kind of vibe. So the Episcopal Church, I find this Red Book of Common Prayer. I'm unfamiliar with the service. I'm flipping through the pages. I'm trying to follow along with the prayers. And then I get to a part of the service that's very familiar. The priest is giving us the bread and the wine. And that time I'm praying silent to myself. I'm back there again praying to God. And I'm saying, God, I'm gay. This time I feel a giant hug, a warm embrace, and a peace that passes understanding pass over me. I can finally be open with a community that I'm gay, and I know that I'm home.